Now to breaking news from Washington, where Special Counsel Jack Smith has responded to a claim by Donald Trump's team that he bears no factual or legal responsibility for the events of January the 6th. MSNBC legal analyst Danny Cevallos is with us this morning. Danny, good morning. What's in this new filing?
So essentially, this is just the government's response to Donald Trump's team's motion to dismiss the case. And one of the key central arguments is based on a Supreme Court case called Fisher. And in Fisher, the court looked at the obstruction statute, one of these statutes that Trump is charged with. And they asked the question, is the language of this statute, is it a general obstruction? So any way that you obstruct an official congressional proceeding, is that enough? Or does the language instead mean that you have to affect a document or a thing? And I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially, is it just generally obstructing, or is it interfering with a document or a thing? And the government here responds that this Supreme Court decision didn't completely eviscerate this federal criminal statute. It didn't completely do away with the pleading requirements. And most importantly, Trump, they say, ignores the fact that he did, in a sense, interfere with documents or things, most notably the slates of fake electors and the vote itself. There are documents and things involved. So the government argues that Trump's attempt to get the case tossed is without merit.
So what's the next step here, Danny?
The next step is that the judge has to decide this motion. And I have to set up the atmosphere here. This judge is deciding a case or issues in a case that no judge has ever really had to deal with because of the Supreme Court's immunity decision, which gave a general set of principles, but it really left the lower court wide open as to how it's going to have evidentiary hearings, how it's going to decide these motions. Make no mistake about it, the Supreme Court decisions of the last couple of years are major factors in the Trump team's defense's effort to get this case tossed. And that's what they're doing right now. They are making that motion based on changes in the law and arguing that Trump's case should be dismissed in its entirety. The government says, since we got our superseding indictment, we've pleaded around the issues in the Supreme Court on the immunity case, and Trump is still on the hook.